Why you always feel unmotivated and how to fix it, right? You ever just sit down to get something done and nothing happens? Like you get no energy, no motivation, and then you just start scrolling on your phone instead. It's not just you. Most people struggle with motivation because they're making a few key mistakes. Today, I'll break down exactly why you feel unmotivated and how to fix it. First, let's stop blaming motivation altogether, right? Motivation is really just a temporary feeling that comes and goes. The real problem, you don't have a system in place to take action whenever you don't feel like it. People think they need motivation before they start taking action. Wrong. Action creates motivation. You're waiting to feel like it instead of building the habits that make the actions automatic. For example, think about like brushing your teeth, right? You don't really have to think about it or have to have motivation to brush your teeth. I mean, some people maybe they do need some motivation to brush their teeth, but for the most part, a lot of adults, you just go and do it, right? You just know you have to brush your teeth, and you just do it. You don't need to be motivated every single time, right? You have a set schedule where the time, like in the morning or at night, that you have to set brush your teeth. That's a great example of something that you should already be doing that you can also think about doing for other things. For example, let's say you want to start working out or start cooking, right? Schedule in that habit, right? Have that as a system. It's to the point where you have to do it. It's already in place. So there's no way of like, oh, I have to feel like doing it to do it. No, it's already scheduled into your schedule, right? Just like your toothbrushing schedule, right? You have to do it. It's scheduled into your schedule. It's saying like, oh, at this time I brush my teeth. At this time I work out. At this time I cook food, right? So once you make it into your routine, it's a part of your habits. There's no longer like a need for the temporary feeling of like, oh, wanting to go do it. For some people, I'm not gonna lie. Like obviously, some people they don't have the best hygiene. They can't even bring themselves to brush their teeth. So those are really special cases. I'm just referring to people that are able to at least be able to brush their teeth. Okay, so I hope you at least fit into that category. If you are, drop a thumbs up. If you're not, drop a thumbs down because you're no toothbrushing gang, which is a big thumbs down, guys. If you're constantly forcing yourself to do things, it becomes exhausting, right? And the only way to make it easier is that you change your environment, right? You have to make it so it's much easier to do the thing. It makes it effortless, right? If you want to work out more often, set your gym clothes aside, have it ready, so there's no barrier to entry where like, oh, now I have to pick up my outfit, da da da. Like, no, you already have that outfit in place. All you gotta do is put it on, and bada bing, bada boom, you head to the gym. Right? Already have that gym bag ready. You prepared it the night before, right? You gotta set up your environment so you can succeed, right? Whether it be like working out at home, oh, setting up your gym, cleaning up your home so you actually have some space to work out. Like, that's my big problem. I just don't clean my apartment sometimes, so I have no room to work out. You're overstimulated and it's killing your drive, right? TikTok, YouTube, these websites are constantly giving you dopamine hits, and your brain becomes really addicted to those quick rewards, right? Getting that quick dopamine hit. So when it's time to do something hard, it just feels impossible. Cut down on the distractions and try a dopamine detox. Every so often on my YouTube channel, I try to do a dopamine detox. Sometimes it doesn't last that long, right? I'll last like maybe a week, a few days, but it's always nice to try to detox yourself, right? You don't use social media during that time when you detox. You don't watch porn. You don't smoke weed. You don't drink alcohol. Really detox yourself from all the stimulating things. Another thing is that a lot of people have no clear path, right? Most people, they just don't take any action because they don't even know what the first step is. If you don't even have a plan in place, your brain will automatically just choose the easiest option and just do nothing, right? You want to break down a goal into smaller steps that is very clear. You know what exactly you need to do, okay? And it can't be very vague, like, oh, I'm going to work out. No, it's got to be very specific. I need to do exactly 20 push-ups at 10 a.m. Right? You know what I'm saying? And not just, I need to work out. It has to be time specific. It has to be very specific in terms of what you're going to do. And you got to hold yourself to that standard. You know what I'm saying? That bare minimum standard of like, if you say you're going to do 20 push-ups at 10 a.m., at least get that 20 push-ups at 10 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, get that bare minimum done. You got to have that system in place like, oh, I'm going to do this, and it's gonna get done no matter what. And that's part of your plan, like having that plan in place, right? You can't just make this up on on a daily basis, like just like winging it. You know what I'm saying? Have a plan in place. Oh, today I'm gonna hit chest. Today I'm gonna hit legs. You know, having that plan in place makes it much harder for you to fall off. You know what I'm saying? Because then you have a clear plan. Okay, today this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show up at the gym, and this is exactly what I have to do. You're not gonna go to the gym and like, oh, what do I do today? Then you have to come up with it on the spot, right? This whole process of like even deciding is exhausting. I'm telling you right now, it's exhausting. Just making decisions is exhausting. So just having the system in place where like, okay, this is the day, this is what we hit that day. Very simple. Right? A lot of people they do chest on Mondays, right? Legs the next day or whatever you want to, however you want to set up your little game plan. But the most important thing is that you do set it up. So how do you stay consistent without motivation, right? So how do you actually fix this? And the simple answer is that you just stop relying on motivation altogether and start using systems, right? Don't rely on motivation at all, okay? You have to set a daily baseline habit, okay? So on a daily basis, you want to make it so you do something small every day, even on the bad days, and you just show up and just do that little bit, right? For example, if you want to read more, commit to just reading 1 page a day, right? I personally don't really like to read, so I do audiobooks. So you could just do like 5 minutes of audiobook or 10 minutes of audiobook. Just do that for a few days, and you can do run on a treadmill or just listen to that on the bus or whatever when you're heading home, taking a train, whatever whatever it may be. You're always gonna be having an opportunity where you don't want to like waste time, and you can use that time efficiently. What I used to do is every time I took the train back home, I would pop open an audiobook. That's 30 minutes of me reading a book that I otherwise would not be reading a book, right? So really efficient use of your time. I read like at least 5 books in the span of like 1 month, and that's crazy, right? Like normally you don't have the opportunity to do that, but when you're taking a train, taking a bus, you have the time, and that's the time when you can really expand your knowledge, right? And how do you do that? You really just have to set that system in place. Otherwise, think about it. If I'm on the bus or train, then my first reaction is to play like Pokemon Go or whatever. Back then, not anymore, but back then, I would just hop on Pokemon Go every time the bus, gets to a Pokestop, whatever. Start spinning that shit, play those games. So, yeah, like you don't want to get caught up doing that bull crap. Like a lot of people, they'll get on the bus or train, watch TikToks the whole time. How much is that really helping you, right? Not really. It's brain rot. They call it brain rot for a reason. You're just sitting there swiping. You're so stimulated, you're not actually getting better in any way. So that's why I say audiobooks, guys. Basic, small little pieces of the audiobook every single day. It just changes the way you see things. And the best part is you can also track your progress, right? When you're doing these little challenges of reading books, you can see how far you get through the book. Remember, okay, now I finished a quarter of the book or halfway through the book. Like you see this little progress line or this little timeline of what you're going through. And it's always important to track your progress, whether it be reading the books, whether it be working out. It all contributes to your development of your character. So track the progress, right? When you finish that book, boom, you just finished the whole book, right? Or an audiobook, whatever you want to say. Or if you worked out, make sure you track it into your workout log. I use a great app called Strong. I love it. It's great. And you can always track in your workout. Like you did the workout, move on to the next one. You want to make it so easy that there's no friction involved, right? You want to work out, you have to have the shoes ready at the door. Get the clothes already ready. When you're trying to read the audiobook, hop on a train, right? Already have that website loaded up. You know what I'm saying? Don't have TikTok ready, have that ready. You know what I'm saying? Make TikTok a little bit harder to reach. Put it in some folder like deep down and put the book right front and center. You get what I'm saying? Make it easy. No friction. You don't have to be swiping multiple times, opening multiple apps just to get to that book. Have that book ready. Stuck on the homepage. Bada bing, bada boom. Now it's open. Now you got to read it. Okay? Or have it on the audiobook. Whatever you use. Okay? And my last tip is you want to attach a habit to something that you already do. Okay? For example, if I brush my teeth, right, you can say, okay, I want to do calf raises while I brush my teeth. Right? Or after I brush my teeth, I do this and that and that. Okay, after I brush my teeth, I'm going to do 10 push-ups. right? You can tie in habits together, so it's like a trigger. Like, oh, you do this, now it does this. Now you do this, now you do this. Right? That's also another trick that I've used in the past that's been very helpful in terms of just getting more stuff done, getting my habits that I want to build done more often, if that makes sense. Just to wrap all this up, motivation is overrated. I hate to break it to you, but discipline, systems, and removing distractions are the real keys. And if this video helped, make sure you drop a like. If you did not, you can drop a thumbs down, but you have to let me know why. Okay, is it because I made a comment about you not brushing your teeth? Gotta be honest. All right, let me know down in the comments down below. All right, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out my other videos on my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.